bar clamps I will use 4 strips. These are 68 cm long, and they are 3 cm wide by 4 cm tall. In the end of all 4 strips, I mark the middle of the top face. And I also mark the middle of the top face in the other end of the strips. And I join the marks I made in the end of the strips to draw a line all along the top face of the strips. Now I make a mark on the line, 2.5 cm away from the end. The distance between the other marks is 7 cm. So finally I make 10 marks on the line. The last one is also 2.5 cm from the end. And with the help of the square I copy those marks on the other strips. Like that I have all the marks I need on the strips. Now I have to drill all those marks. I have these 14 cm long bolts. They are 10 mm in diameter. So I will use this 10 mm drill bit to drill all the marks. I use a couple of spring clamps to clamp that piece of board to the drill press table. I use it both to hold the strips and to prevent chip out. I put the first strip on the board. I put the first mark right below the tip of the bit, and I drill. I put the next mark below the tip of the bit, and I drill. And like that I drill all the marks. Like that the first bolt enters in the holes, but it is difficult to get perfectly aligned holes. So when we try to put the second bolt, it probably won't enter. There we can see that the holes are not aligned. So I put a bolt in the end of the clamps. As we can see, each clamp is made with 2 strips. And to know how to match the strips, I draw a mark in the end of each clamp. Like that I know how to match one strip with another strip. Now I put one clamp on that piece of wood to prevent chip out. And making sure both strips are perfectly aligned, one on the other, I clamp them to the work table using a couple of clamps. And I will use the 10 mm drill bit to drill the holes again. Like that I make the holes wider, so the bolts will enter without problems. And I also drill the other bar clamp. And now I can put 2 bolts without any problem. I draw 4 square triangles in this thin strip. The base of the triangles is 16 cm long, and they are 4 cm tall. Like that the triangles have one angle of 15 degrees. I cut the triangles. and I sand them. I also decided to enlarge the holes in the end of the bar clamps, where I had put the bolts when I enlarged the other holes. Now I watch the marks I draw in the end of the clamps, to see which strips are the base of each clamp, and I put one bolt in the end of those strips. I put some wax in the face of the strips that will be in contact with the board that I will glue. I hope the wax will prevent the glue from sticking to the clamps. Now I pour and I spread some glue in the edge of the boards, and I put them in order against the bolts. And now I realize that I should put the second bolt before I begin to glue the bars. I make sure the bars are aligned, and I move the bar clamps to distribute the pressure equally. I put a washer in each bolt, and I turn the wing nuts until they reach the washers, but I don't tighten them. Now the wooden wedges go like that, and when I move them like that, they press the bars. I put them between the bolts and the bars, and I tighten them by hand. Now I can tighten them using a hammer. And I also tighten the wing nuts to make sure the board will be flat. I can also tighten the wedges using my cheap clamps. And there we can see the wedges between the bolt and the boards. Now I just have to wait until the glue dries. And now I can dismantle this. I think these bar clamps are a good choice when we need to glue some boards. These clamps are very easy to make and very easy to use. And thanks to the wax, the glue didn't stick to the clamps. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, you can find all my woodworking videos in my channel. And if you like my videos, thanks for subscribing to my channel.